Have you guys ever wanted an unfair advantage in multiplayer that is so insanely, unbelievably broken that it's probably going to actually start getting banned in multiplayer games whenever people figure this out? Check this out. So I'm going to be showing you guys today on how to get 1941 heavy tanks, also known as the LARPer's Fantasy, also known as the Tiger Tank, by 1938. This works for multiplayer and also does not really break any major multiplayer rules. And this happened to me in multiplayer and was so insanely broken that the Germany player was actually able to get about 30 heavy 2 tank divisions out before the invasion of France in 1939. So, by the way, it was a historical game, so it was pretty broken. So, if you guys want to see how to do that and be one of the most broken factions in Hearts of Iron 4, check this out. Now, I'm going to tell you guys only the minimum requirements, so if I don't mention it, it's not required to do this. So, first off, for your tank research, you're going to go ahead and just start researching the Tiger 2 tank right off the bat. I know it says 1300 days, but because you get bonuses and other things, it'll actually decrease that as we're continuing on. So, after you get that, the focus tree path is going to go ahead and be Rhineland. Now, after it's been 30 days, this is only going to take a few days off. You don't even really need to do it, but it still helps. We're at 1343 right now. You're going to swap this over to something else, and now you're going to use this free research slot to go back and start doing Tiger tanks. So you only save like 6 days because it's so far ahead of time, but still 6 days. Alright, first things first. Now after you've done the Rhineland focus, you're going to go to Details. Then you're going to go up here to Army Innovation and go down to Treaty with the USSR. Now, what you're going to do is after you got the 150 political power, you're going to be able to do this. Go to your tank designer and go and do Porsche, because that'll give you a 15% research bonus, and instead of it being 1292 days, it's going to now be 1194. Alright, now that we have our next 150 political power, what you're going to do is click on this right here, your trade law, and you're going to go to free trade. Now, I know in multiplayer, a lot of people are going to end up saying, well, people have mixed feelings about free trade. It's fine. You need it in the meantime, but you can just later on fix this by changing it back to limited export or whatever. And instead of being 1138, now it's down to 1086. You're going to continue down your focus tree path until you've gone ahead and done treaty with the USSR, and I'll show you the next steps. Alright, so after you've done treaty with the USSR, the Russians should accept it, especially in multiplayer, because they get a little bit of a bonus too, which most players are kind of idiots for not taking sometimes, but most of the time they'll just go ahead and accept it. Once they've accepted the treaty with the USSR, you're now going to select your tanks, your tank-specific research slot. You're going to swap it over to really anything else. Doesn't matter if it's ahead of time or whatever. We're just going to go ahead and click this. By the way, all of my vehicles and all that have different icons because I have a mod on. Only changes the icons of things, so don't worry. Everything else is vanilla. I'm going to go ahead and click this. And now, we're going to go back in that research slot. We're going to use our 100% bonus. And now, it's only going to be 642 days, which means we're going to finish our research right at... And we get them May 5th, 1938. Well, actually May 6th, my bad. So that really means that if you're playing a multiplayer game, that's about a year and a half worth of heavy 2 tank production you're going to have before the beginning of World War II actually even starts. Now, I know there's going to be a few people with a few different points. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these really quick to show you. I know that a lot of people are just going to say, oh, well, you know, if you're going to be playing in a multiplayer game, that it's kind of dumb to be doing that because, well, you're putting a lot of effort into getting these tanks just way, way, way before you need them. Well, if you get these tanks out before you actually need them, then one, it'll also help you in the multiplayer match, so you have more tanks to face the Russians because you have 3 years worth of heavy tank 2s to fight the Soviet heavy 2s, or possibly if they have heavy 3s, they'll get them like in 1940, maybe 39. So this actually helps you by an insane amount. And in multiplayer, if you do need resources, like you obviously will for the Chrome, for example, you can just trade those to the Turkey, or not the Turkey player, the Italy player who's going to have Yugoslavia by then, and all of the Chrome resources in here, and he can just do trade backs with you because he should probably be on free trade too. So you will basically be getting heavy 2s completely free. If you're playing it in single player though, you're going to be dealing with, well, you're going to lose only 4 factories for like 20 factories worth of production, and it says 1.5 a week right now, but when this bumps up times 5, you're going to be making, with just 10 factories, like at least a couple a day. most of the time, if you actually have a research done in your industrial tree, like I said, we did absolutely nothing other than required. I've, with like 10 factories, been able to get at least like 5, 6 a day with just 10 factories. So like if you have, let's just say 150, you'll probably be getting like 40 and 50 a day at least. So you'll be able to have tons and tons and tons of heavy 2 tank divisions. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you're going to have some fun trolling your friends in multiplayer now, or your enemies, and you guys are going to have one step closer to LARPing in Hearts of Iron 4 multiplayer, which is everyone's true desire. So again guys, hey, for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, because otherwise I'm going to starve. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay awesome.